angle, saves, deflections. The United States dominating, as again we said against the Czech Republic they did early. There's the one with Fox over the bar. Are they going to get frustrated? Did that take a deflection in the end? Are they going to get frustrated with the fact that they were unable to finish in that first game and ended up with a draw? And again, this is a younger group, all good moments for them to have to fight through. But in the end, this pressure has to bring them something. Talked after that first game against the Czech Republic, ending with so much domination and so much possession that they just needed to be cleaner in front of goal. And right now, it feels like they're just knocking on the door for the United States.
Sullivan into the corner. Manages to keep it in. And maintain possession for the U.S. Quickly to Pugh. Sanchez flicked on at the near post. But it trickles to Sigurdardóttir.
Sanchez all over the field here. Just finding a little gap, trying to make something of the Pugh ball coming across. And they also talked about getting better on that final pass, finding a seam. You can see Pugh looking up, trying to pick her poison.
At stake tonight, the She Believes Cup title. U.S. needs a win, Iceland just a draw. This is the 7th edition of the tournament. The United States has won 4 of the first 6. Trouble now, Albertsdóttir against O'Hara. ICELAND, beautiful one-time ball. Davidson the header away. And a very late offside flag coming.
I think here's the ball in. Can't see the offside from that angle. Good clear by Davidson though, off that back line.
O'Hara overcooks the pass from Macario. Glódís per la Vigosdóttir launching it forward for Iceland. She's found Jónsdóttir. Jónsdóttir and Fox should be a really good matchup on that far sideline. Here they go, one-on-one. Jónsdóttir. Fox holding up.
That is going to be one to watch tonight.
Fox, 23 years old, coming off her rookie season with Racing Louisville. The #1 pick in the 2021 NWSL draft. Filling in now for Crystal Dunn, would usually be the starter there. Dunn pregnant. Throw to the near post. Americans could get a break here. Iceland pushed all the way up. Smith just ran out of real estate. 19 minutes in, still scoreless between the United States and Iceland. Gunny Jónsdóttir ahead. Appeals for a handball from Iceland. Batista, the referee, says play on.
And as this game goes on, Sebastian, 20 minutes in now, the earlier look for Iceland. Vilhjálmsdóttir wanting to get a handball there. A little more confidence you're seeing from this Iceland team growing into this game. When you think about their country, population for all of Iceland is about 350,000.
That's less than a third of the population of the city of Dallas. Not the suburbs, not the metro area, just the city of Dallas.
Little suburb here, Frisco, Texas, is 206,000, I looked up. So You're about 2/3 of the way there to what all of Iceland is. There's only 9,000 to 10,000 total girls and women registered to play soccer in that country. Yet they've had such success, as we've seen globally in football on both the men's and the women's side. It really is remarkable.
Corner kick in the 21st minute. Can they find an opener? No. Casey Murphy comes out to gather on the second effort. In speaking with manager Haldorsson last night, we asked him how. He said, oh, we need another Zoom call for that. And really part of a national effort that began in the early 2000s, massive government-led investment in the game. They effectively, Julie, just flooded the island with both places to play and certified paid coaches. And the dividends have paid off in both the men's and women's game. We saw the men's team at the 2018 World Cup. This Icelandic women's team has never qualified for a World Cup or an Olympics, but as we told you at the beginning of the broadcast, that may change this year.
Going to their 4th straight Euros, though. So they've done well in the European Championships.
Pugh in behind. Pugh one-on-one. Fires wide, and a goal kick coming for Iceland.
You can see Vlaco wanting that as well. That ball in that releases her with her pace. Again, that first touch. Maybe if she could just get it a little bit in behind the final defender, gives her a better opportunity to angle up on goal. But really one you have to get on target and on frame.
Americans still pressure. Again, Pugh on her left, blocked away. O'Hara. Pugh into the corner. ICELAND under the block, and we'll have a corner kick coming up for the United States in the 23rd minute. The Americans tilting the field towards the Icelandic goal. '70th cap for Mallory Pugh. Her 19 goals, more than any other player on the roster. Great story of perseverance from Pugh. She was left off the Tokyo roster after making the previous World Cup and the previous Olympic team. And last year she finished 2nd in the NWSL MVP voting. Christy Mewis, the in-swinger. Skipping dangerously through the area. Sanchez shot, can't see its way through the Iceland defense. Neither can her dribbling effort. ESPN's coverage of U.S. soccer is presented by the all-electric Volkswagen ID4. Safe Atladottir, the number 2 for Iceland, with a throw-in. Offside flag up on the near sideline towards that American attack.
Good movement by that front 3. That's one thing they've wanted to see. Look at Macario just in the offside position, trying to get it wide. Pugh trying to get in behind on the other side. And it's a chemistry of time, as Andonovski talks about needing minutes. He said, look, yes, am I happy with that 5-0 victory over New Zealand, and we got some goals, but this is going to take more than 2 games.
Mewis. U.S. pinging it around. Macario goes 1-on-3. Appeals for a handball.
And this is the seam they want to see Macario and getting it underneath that back line, facing up and seeing what she can do. You can hear the roar for that handball.
Would you have given it?
I would have given it.
Sanchez running the break, got Mewis to her right, she's found her. Christy Mewis on her left foot, oh! Just missing the far post.
Seagard, our daughter, again with the positioning. Mewis, excellent first touch, shapes up. You can see where she's wanting to go. Seagard's daughter on that near post, sends her wide. And she has been great in goal for Iceland tonight.
Vlatko Ananovsky won just under 80% of his games since taking over in late 2019. Usually plans out his substitutes for matches like this, but in a must-win, that's not the case today. He'll react to how the game plays out, and the goal tonight for the Americans, must win.
Sophia Smith there doing the work on both sides of the ball, loses it with her back to goal, immediately wins the ball back. It's something NWSL fans will be very familiar with. I think she actually leads all of NWSL with balls won in the final third.
Macario to offer service, 28th minute. No breakthrough yet. Iceland's defense up to the task. Macario again working against a triple team.
I do like what you're seeing with Pugh and Smith switching sides. Now Smith back out on that right side, Pugh popping out on the left.
Albert's daughter to the ground. And Iceland will take over deep in their own end. Playing out of the back, going wrong there for Iceland. Corner kick coming for the United States. MLS on ESPN kicks off this Sunday with the LA Galaxy. We got Chicharito Hernandez and company hosting the defending MLS Cup champions New York City FC. John Champion, Taylor Twellman will be on the call starting at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app. Hey, I know Donald, that's my guy. Running the American Outlaws, he's from DC. Dangerous ball, still not cleared. And now finally a whistle goes in the area.
Christy, take the corners a little quicker. A little quicker.
Do you think they want Christy to take the corners a little quicker?
I love those boom mics. Thank goodness for the boom. Katarina Macario would like to see that 0 goal, 0 assist, as she told us last night, change, but she said, I'm trying to be patient. I haven't gotten a goal here at the She Believes Cup. Trying to understand it's a process. This is a player that's familiar with scoring. 9 goals, tied for second in the French league with her club in Lyon. She is in mid-season form as well, so you can see the challenge of being patient.
Fox, Pugh and Atladottir. Big challenge from USWNT. Gunny going to ground, the captain. Plays for the Orlando Pride in the NWSL. Was actually teammates with both Becky Sauerbrunn and Kelly O'Hara when they played at the Utah Royals. 30 minutes in and still no goals for the United States. Again, the Americans need to win tonight in order to win the She Believes Cup. And Julie, I'm not overstating it to say it would be a huge disappointment if they don't win this tournament, right?
Absolutely. And I think you could even argue, even with all the younger players they have on this roster, it would be a huge disappointment. I mean, this is a team that's clearly good enough to beat these teams.
Smith with the back heel. Sullivan. Sanchez working wide. All sorts of American pressure.
And maybe just a little more patience in there for Ashley Sanchez when she faces up, trying to force a ball into 3-4 blue jerseys in the box. Hasn't been successful for the United States. And this is the time of the game, post 30 minutes in, with the chances and looks they've had, there can be a tendency when you look at that scoreline to go, why aren't we getting it in?
Albertsdotter plays a professional ball in Sweden, driving at the American defense. Oh, had it on her right, now goes back to her left. Fox with a huge clearance. As Iceland found a moment of danger in the 33rd minute.
Albertsdotter having some success on that left-hand side with Kelly O'Hara. Tries to spin her, O'Hara stands her up, but eventually gets that across. Fox in a great position. So USWNT's not on the end of that.
Albertsdotter, USWNT, a couple of young, exciting players for this Icelandic team. Albertsdotter 22, USWNT just 20. Both already playing abroad. In fact, 15 of the 23 players on this Icelandic roster play professionally outside of Iceland. Andy Sullivan captained the Washington Spirit to an NWSL title last year. Davidson picks out Mewis. She's found Smith. Sophia with space to run at ICELAND. Smith. Ball to the near post. Pugh goes down. No call from the referee. And no VAR in this tournament.
All of that last sequence started with Tierna Davidson finding Mewis in the seam, who finds Smith. And as she's willing to do, will take on Pugh, trying to get to that near post. Just a half step late. I think that's a good no call by the referee with that one. But the seam that Davidson found Mewis in is one the United States will want to find. It's underneath that back line of Iceland. And that's when they can work that magic with Macario. Having a hard time finding Macario.
They found her here. Sanchez for Smith. Iceland on the counter. Jonstad in a race with Fox, and she's not gonna win it. Fox's pass cut out. Jonstad and Fox again, and again Fox wins. Macario floating to the left. Pugh takes up position in the middle. Macario on her right, bends it into the golazo! Oh my goodness! Caterina Macario, take a bow!
As we were saying, she mentioned last night, I just need to be patient. It all starts in midfield. She starts it, plays it back to Pugh, finds it again from Sanchez, shapes up, finds a little window, and that is about as pretty as they come, because watch her take this little look. She's going to take a glance up, and there it is, back of the net from Macario, her first goal here in the She Believes Cup. And what a beauty it is.
Her fourth career international goal. A huge goal for the player and a huge goal for the national team. If this result stands, the Americans will be the 2022 She Believes Cup champions. Still a long way to go in Frisco, Texas. But the Americans have their breakthrough, and they have it critically before halftime.
Such a pretty three-player combination. Macario starting all of that and then finishing all of that.
The Americans not satisfied. They want a second before the break. Ball deflects dangerously across the goal mouth. Iceland on their heels. O'Hara looking for an option. Mewis. US looking to switch the point of attack through Davidson. The idea was there, the length of the field was not. Pugh couldn't track it down.
Pugh looking so good on that left side. Quick restarts, quick throw-ins. Finding Macario, getting it back. Here's the goal again. Beautiful little chipped in ball to Macario. Faces up. All she needs is a little window. She's just looking for a gap. Iceland, if you're not going to step, this is what's going to happen to you, is what she's saying.
Macario, born in Brazil, moved to the US at age 12. She got FIFA clearance to play for the United States last January. And you can see just how quickly she's become a key part of this team. Plays professionally at Lyon. What'd she tell us last night, Julie? Being able to train every day with the world's best as a rookie has been just huge for her development.
Yeah, she said it's just a dream come true to literally be facing up against the best players in the world on a daily basis and do this for a living. She said, I had no regrets at all on that decision. And I think people expected her to do well in that situation, but to come to straight out of college without national team experience. And for her to be almost leading the league, second in the league with 9 goals, 4 assists, playing such good soccer, I do think that took people by surprise, that we have known there is so much upside to Catarina Macario. Been talking about her for years with her success at Stanford as well. But to do it at that level is another thing.
She was so candid with us last night, too, Julia. She used the word scared to describe how she felt at last year's She Believes Cup. That goal there, that wasn't the goal of a scared player.
The difference a year it makes.
The Americans now set to defend, 41st minute. It'll be ICELAND with the service. Murphy, skies high, and now springs Pugh on the counter. Pugh, meet, past Albertsdotter, but not Jonsdotter. What a recovery from the right winger. Macario posting up. She wanted the Megs. Athletedotter up to the task. Iceland have had some moments of danger, but Julie, I don't think I've called the name of their number 9, Berglind Björk Thorvaldsdottir. Hardly gotten a touch.
Hasn't had much success in that 9 position. Most of their successes come from their wingers.
Pugh to Sanchez. Great run. The Washington Spirit attacker just missing the finish.
Sanchez's presence on that front line, constantly pushing those back 4 of Iceland. If it's not Pugh on the left or Smith on the right or Macario in the middle, they've got a midfielder and Ashley Sanchez they're also having to deal with. Add Christy Mewis into that equation. It's a front 5 that becomes quite a handful.
Got a handful of soccer for you on ESPN Plus this weekend, including the Carabao Cup final. Christian Pulisic's Chelsea against Liverpool this Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus. Albertsdotter double teamed, slams it off O'Hara, and for her effort, she'll earn a corner kick.
And this is where the United States has to be careful. Iceland has been very good on set pieces and super aggressive in this area. And their World Cup qualifier against the Czech Republic beat them 4-0. 2 or 3 of those goals coming off of set pieces.
That's what Vlatko Ananovsky was warning us about last night. He said on dead balls, they're physical, they're aggressive. Perhaps a little too physical.
Look at those 4 jerseys around Murphy in goal.
Carolina Lea-Williamsdotter approaching for a short corner. And here she is, the number 8. Driven to the near post, takes a deflection. And this will be whistled dead on account of the offside flag on the far sideline.
It is a smart play to put those numbers around Casey Murphy because teams know with her height at 6'1", she comes for balls. She comes and commands that 6. She can come out to the 12 even and command balls, and so good in the air, clean. And you put that traffic in front of her, that's a different story. You're having to fight through players to get to balls.
We promised you off the top of the broadcast you would hear from U.S. Soccer Federation President Cindy Parlow-Cone. She will be joining us at halftime to talk about the settlement in the equal pay lawsuit between the U.S. Women's National Team and the Federation. Make sure to stick around for that. Sullivan turning out of pressure for O'Hara. O'Hara, one of the few veterans in this squad. He's found Mewis. And now Pugh. Pugh! Just missing Macario. Macario the chip. Oh, yes! Que golazo! Another one for Catarina!
Christy Mew is starting this in midfield, finding that seam. Beautifully paced ball into Mal Pugh. Tries to cut it back and put it on her right foot. Little too much to Macario. But again, having the presence of mind to say, okay, what's given to me? And that's the other side of the goal. Whether she's trying to find Pugh on that backside or not, it really doesn't matter. That one goes in the books for Katerina Macario. And another beautiful finish for the young number 9.
Her 5th goal with the national team, and both tonight have been absolute beauties. Started to put it in play in the 47th minute. Iceland running out of time here in the first half. Hughes looked like she might have taken a shot to the head there as we get a whistle. Such a different looking U.S. team. No Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, Kristen Press, Tobin Heath, or Julie Ertz, all left off of this roster. Sam Mewis still recovering from an injury. Crystal Dunn is pregnant. Lindsay Horan and Abby Dahlkemp were originally called in, but then had to be dropped because of injury concerns.
Rose
and then
Lavelle.
In the tournament, Rose Lavelle and Trinity Rodman coming down with ankle injuries. So despite that, the United States leads at the half 2-0 over Iceland in this decisive match. A win and the Americans take the trophy, and right now they are halfway home. Katerina Macario with a goal in the 37th and the 45th. We'll be back in just a moment from Frisco, Texas with U.S. Soccer Federation President Cindy Parlow-Coe.
More of my time.
Yeah.
But
what do you mean I got to share these minutes?
Exactly, but you got to do it to develop and keep the foundation strong, and that's what he's doing. So when you look at a team like this, the only way you know Megan Rapinoe is by giving Megan Rapinoe some time early in her career so she can develop the skills and the foundational elements. It's so important for her to be a star.
How about those 2 goals from Kat Macario tonight as well?
I mean, get out of here with the first one.
I know.
It goes on her right foot, and I was like, oh, this is going in. And it goes in.
Are you in the she meant the second one camp?
Am I in the what?
You think she meant the second one?
Well, look, as a forward,
You always mean it,
always
right?
you mean every one you shoot. I learned that lesson one time. I came off the field, and a reporter asks me that, did you mean to cross it or shoot it? And I said I meant to cross it, and a coach pulled me aside and said, Abby, you always mean to shoot it every time. I said, oh, okay.
I think you're right. On the replay, you can kind of see her
Take a
checking
look,
out the
Lance.
goalie's position, yeah.
She meant it.
She meant it. And I think
20th goal of her international career has the United States with one hand firmly on the She Believes Cup trophy. All right, Abby. Here's the lineup. You got a few minutes. Remember, daughter.
Hey,
yeah,
so,
something daughter is for sure.
wait, can we take another look at that offside call? I would just like to see that again. Kayla's going to run it back for us, so you can ask for these things when we get a moment. We're going to look at that because she might have just been off. Let's take a look at that again. Abby, you're here for Abby's Places, right? What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing.
I got a little show on ESPN Plus,
Yeah.
Abby's Places. You know, you've been on it.
Yep.
You've been on it, Julie. I missed that one.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Sebi.
No, I've seen a lot of them.
And it's just fun. We're going around the world. Literally, I head out to London next week to shoot some episodes, and it's just a lot of fun learning about soccer, even myself, like learning about the game of soccer, the world's game of soccer. It's awesome.
Who's coming up this season?
Well, Jules actually just made a little cameo.
Oh, here's our offside look.
Let's see it.
Oh,
Ooh.
she's leaning. She's leaning.
You're leaning. Come on.
Yeah.
The right foot of the back defender.
That's what I'm saying. I think they
Yeah.
might keep her on, you know, if we drew
And
that
listen,
line.
Let's just let those go.
Yep.
I know. They call it way too close all the
Yes.
time. When you're like, it's a fingernail.
You're a
right.
defender. What are
I
you talking
know.
about,
And
Julie?
then, you know, I have to spend the next 10 minutes explaining what offside actually means to my wife, Glennon. Baby, I love you and I miss you and I'm coming home.
Hugh pulling away from everybody. Tried to slip it to Macario. Iceland half clears. Sullivan on it now.
So what was this episode you were doing here?
Yeah, so we shot Hall of Fame, right? So
Yep.
this stadium's actually attached to the National Soccer Hall of Fame. So we did a little fun guest, Casey Kelly. I can't give it all away, Julie. You're going to have to tune in.
But it was something on the fact that you wanted to be a commentator. And so I was like, get out to the booth, second half, let's go.
Yeah, well,
Come
actually,
on, those watching at home.
I actually don't ever want to be a commentator because, Jules, this is your gig.
No.
This is yours.
The more people we bring into the party, the better.
No,
That's
no one's
always
talking
my
about
philosophy.
you taking Julie's gig. We're talking about you taking my gig. I need a break, okay? So
Do play-by-play. Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's hear it. Let's do it. On 3, 2, 1. Abby's rehearsal for play-by-play.
Katerina plays it to, I think it's Pugh. See, that's a penalty.
That's actually Sophia Smith on that.
Sophia Smith, look at her. See,
off to a blinding start.
I know it's Sophia. It's just they, you know, those forwards, they're changing positions every time.
I know. It's
All
hard.
right, Mal's got the headgear on. I see this.
Yeah, those are the little things you have to notice.
2 goals and an assist for Mallory Pugh so far this tournament.
Mostly whenever I'm watching, I'm just like, tackle her.
Yeah, but you got a show on ESPN Plus. Julie, you got Laughter Permitted.
Abby's doing a great podcast as well with Glennon.
It's the best.
We can do hard things. It's so good.
Yeah, we don't even have to leave our house. It's the best job in the world.
I know. Seriously. Isn't it?
Abby, have you been on Laughter Permitted yet?
I have twice.
Twice.
Wow.
You know, do you know she was our opening segment, like the very #1 episode we
Nice.
did with her and Glennon.
You got to start with a bang.
Got to start with the best.
Fox and Pugh combining down the near sideline.
I mean, Jules, do you miss playing?
Do I miss playing?
Yeah, do you miss playing?
It takes a really nice field on a really nice day in a really big tournament for me.
So you're saying today,
Not today, I don't. And I had in my contract that I only played if it was 70 degrees or above.
In between the penalty spots.
That's why I dropped the not so subtle hint. It would really be nice to get 2 heaters in the booth.
That's good.
For this game.
Oh.
Do you miss playing, more importantly?
No.
You're closer to it.
No.
No.
My body was done. And I'm actually paying for it now. Foul.
I know. That's why I was trying to talk to you about pickleball, about beach volleyball, all the old guy sports. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They're game changers. I play a lot of that in my life.
Ashley Sanchez got 2 assists tonight down on the ground. Guess we got a huge year coming up for the United States women's national team as we take another look at the foul. Looks like might have caught her right leg.
Looks like she also got an arm to the face as well. You can see how slick it is and icy out there still.
And Yabrinya's daughter making her 99th international appearance for Iceland as Ashley Sanchez gets checked out. I was mentioning the big year coming up for the United States. We got the CONCACAF W Championship set to be played July in Monterrey, Mexico. It's qualifiers not just for the World Cup, guys, but for the Olympics as well. 4 teams from CONCACAF will get a ticket to the World Cup, but only 1 will get a guaranteed spot in the Olympics.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. So that
Here we are.
USA, Canada, both the only 2 teams that have qualified for that tournament. The rest of that field still TBD. But
I'm
That's
nervous.
what makes you a little bit more nervous, which is why you see this acceleration of needing to get the youth some minutes.
Yeah.
And why Andonovski thought, hey, let's go fairly veteran-free in this tournament to see if we can get players like Sanchez some extra minutes in these moments. And that's why this game, honestly, is so important, because it was a must-win, as we knew coming in to this game. They couldn't walk away, the United States, with a draw. And they did not want to leave this She Believes Cup without the title.
Becky Sauerbrunn telling us last night it was a pressure game, a must-win game, and the perfect time for this young group to face that next test. They're facing it well here. Here's a fourth on the way. Smith cuts it back. Still Smith. Another fine save from Runarsdottir.
Good defending by Gisladottir on that left side. I thought Sophia Smith had her with her pace, stayed right with her. There she is on that left side.
Eliasa Fearsdottir has checked in for Iceland, wearing the number 3. MLS on ESPN kicks off this Sunday with the LA Galaxy, led by Chicharito Hernandez, hosting the defending MLS Cup champions New York City FC. John Champion, Taylor Twellman on the call at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch it on ESPN or streaming live on the ESPN app.
Y'all, I want to thank you for having me.
Abby Wambach, Abigail Mary Wambach.
Y'all have such good voices.
We do?
Yes.
Thank you.
Keep talking.
I wish
Keep
you'd go on
talking.
Twitter more, because that's not what social media tells us. Me all the time, anyway.
Hey, that's just our job.
Hey, can you come to every game and hang out with us in
It's
the second
so
half?
fun.
That'd be
It's so
fun.
All right, I love you guys.
All right,
Bye,
we look
Abs.
forward to Abby's Places,
Thanks for
which we'll
having
be
me.
catching this season on ESPN+.
Right
Julie's
on.
going to be on it. Casey Keller's going to be on it. Plenty of big names. Looking forward to that.
So fun to see her here. What a good surprise. I was like, what? Love that lady. She literally was one of the first to text and say, I'm taking my day to spend thanking all of those players who maybe weren't listed in this lawsuit or getting us any of that $24 million, and to thank them. I mean, that is Abby Wambach right there to a T. So giving.
Saw that sentiment from a lot of players, especially like the young players. Sophia Smith going to Twitter thanking past and current U.S. players for their non-stop efforts in the equal pay litigation. Brynjar's daughter put her laces through that, only to see it blocked by Cook. U.S. women soon to make it 30 for 30 in the state of Texas.
I'm hoping for Iceland, because I was able to talk to her this morning as well. Former Duke standout Natasha Anasi, number 19 for Iceland. She's sitting on the bench right now. Scored actually her first international goal for Iceland in the last She Believes Cup game. She is from this Dallas-Fort Worth area. Such a great story. Talk about coming full circle. She actually played with the Dallas Texans and played right here at this Frisco complex. She said these were our fields. There was nothing around here. She said when we pulled up, I was like, wait, what?
Macario causing trouble.
She went to play professionally after graduating from Duke and Iceland, and then there she is on the bench.
Born in Irving, Texas, just about 30 miles south of here. Her parents came to the United States from Kenya in the 80s after Duke.
There they are, and her two
There they
brothers.
are. Look at that. All right. Enjoying this.
Braving this weather.
She actually played for the United States under 18s and under 23s, part of those setups. Moved to Iceland in 2014 to play professionally. She became an Icelandic citizen in 2020 and debuted in March of that year.
See her warming up on the sideline. It'd be great to have that story come full circle by getting some minutes in front of her home crowd and family. She said, actually, the courage of my parents coming to live their American dream from Kenya gave me the courage to go to Iceland and try that. And now she married a man from Iceland. They have a daughter together, and what a story. I said, wow.
Smith. Danger here. 2-on-1. Smith and Macario. Smith! Runarsdottir. Sanchez! Blocked away. Williamsdottir. Class from the Icelandic number 8, dancing out of pressure. Brynjarsdottir now. US came into this game knowing a draw wouldn't do the job. Had to have a win. They're just over a quarter hour from it. Iceland have never won an international tournament. Closest they've ever come, the 2011 Algarve Cup, where they were runners-up. Albertsdottir. Couldn't get there in time. Goal kick for the US.
Here's another look at that Sophia Smith. What a nice touch this is to pick it up on the other side. And it's almost like she's caught between two minds here. She sees Macario on her left side, takes a look, decides to try and beat Runarsdottir. Doing everything right. Just have to get that last piece of the puzzle, clean it up in terms of sharpness, just a little bit in front of goal.
Another break here for the United States. This time it's Pugh and Macario. Macario, back to Pugh. Yes! 4 for the US. And the She Believes Cup is theirs.
One of the big topics of discussion coming into this game for Andonovski was the chemistry of that front three, Pugh, Smith, and Macario. No problem in that department tonight. The pressure to win back this ball by Macario, and then the unselfishness of these two. Pugh pulls that defender in. Macario gives it back to her, and that is just beautiful football, ladies and gentlemen. What a nice sequence by those two. All started from the Macario press in midfield and weaving their way through that Icelandic defense to really put that nail in what should be the end of this game for Iceland. That is too large a hole to come back from.
So is Mallory Pugh assisting Katerina Macario on her second goal, and Macario returning the favor on Pugh's second strike of the night. It's the same front three that we saw frustrated in the tournament opener against the Czech Republic, but they have come to life here. 4 goals. Williamsdottir. O'Hara closing her down quickly, and Murphy first to it. This a de facto final. We got a true final coming for you Saturday on ESPN+. The Carabao Cup final between Christian Pulisic's Chelsea and Liverpool. That's Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN+. Macario bullying her way through the Icelandic defense. Sanchez! Skipped it wide at the near post.
Just looking at the clock going, interesting that we haven't seen a substitution yet for the United States. And as I look down, 3 about to come on for the United States. Here's Sanchez on that last look. Macario again fighting, pulling a defender off the mark, but Sanchez has been on the mark, in my opinion, in this game all over the field from that attacking central midfield position.
Pugh looking for more. The Americans preparing a triple sub on the near sideline. So is Iceland. Sanchez again, still on her right. Macario, left-footed shot, blocked away. Mewis for O'Hara. It's Ashley Hatch, Lynn Williams, and Margaret Midge Purse. The 3 American players set to enter the match. Sanchez back to goal, trying to find some space. Ball trickles out of bounds for an Iceland goal kick. Here comes the triple sub. Looks like it'll be a whole new front 3. Ashley Hatch, Lynn Williams, and Midge Purse. Iceland preparing their substitutions as well. Asta Arnardóttir into the match. Alexandra Jonasdóttir into the match. And Ingeborg Sigurdardóttir into the match.
Making 3 substitutions, leaving the match for Iceland at number 2, Sif Altadóttir. Number 5, Gunhildur Jónsdóttir. Number 18, Goran Arnardóttir. Entering the match, number 6, Ingeborg Sigurdardóttir. Number 15, Alexandra Jónsdóttir. Number 20, Asta Arnardóttir.
As we wait for these subs, reminder that ESPN's coverage of the Bundesliga continues all season long on ESPN+. Sunday, Ricardo Pepi and Augsburg hosting a Dortmund side that are trying to keep pace with league leaders Bayern Munich. Coverage begins 11:20 a.m. Eastern time on ESPN+. And there we see the last of the 3 substitutions. Katarina Macario with a brace for her efforts tonight, replaced by Ashley Hatch. So it'll be Purse on the right wing, Williams on the left wing, Hatch wearing the number 7, but operating as the number 9.
How about in the 80th minute, if you're Iceland, 4 goals down, you have 3 fresh legs coming on that front line.
And number 20, Katarina Macario.
Jónsdóttir, the cross. Not enough on it to trouble this American defense.
Number 3, Lynn Williams.
We mentioned it earlier, Julie. Season 7 of Laughter Permitted coming up. Begins actually on March 8th. You got some great guests, including, I'm reading here, 3-time U.S. Olympic medalist, Lindsay Jacobellis. That's a big get, huh?
Big get. 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Her story is amazing as well. Also, looks like we're going to get Nadia Nadim, soccer player who has another tremendous story.
Yep.
Afghanistan, left with the Taliban, plays for Denmark, plays for Racing Louisville.
Now a doctor.
Doctor now, yep. Speaks like 700 languages. I think 11, actually.
Yep.
Can you imagine speaking 11 languages?
NWSL fans will know her well. NWSL fans know Mallory Pugh quite well. This will be second.
I think as these waning moments wind down, one of the things this U.S. team takes tremendous pride in, whether they're youngsters or veterans, is keeping a clean sheet. And they have done so far in this She Believes Cup. And this will be another moment they want to get into the locker room with 0 goals scored on them, with a complete shutout.
Fox cuts out the through ball.
And I think the next challenge for Andonovski is he's going to have to start layering back in now. and start making the decisions. He's got the April window, he's got the June window, he's obviously got the NWSL seasons. He's going to be watching Haran and Macari over in the OWN. But he's going to have to start layering back in some of that veteran group. It's not to say all of them will come back, but boy, to Abby's point, I wouldn't want to be Vlatko Andonovski right now, having to make some of those decisions. But what a great problem to have, honestly, with so much talent. You've got the older group, largely that forward contingency, Press, Tobin Heath, Rapinoe, Alex Morgan. You've got that middle group he talks a lot about. Ertz, still not playing. Sam Mewis, Crystal Dunn away with pregnancy. Who am I missing in there in that middle group?
Lindsey Horan.
Lindsey Horan.
Yep, she was supposed to be in this group, but suffered an injury after the roster was announced. Williams' daughter.
But this is the ending that they had hoped for. And the progression in this tournament says so much about their progression that he wanted to see as young players coming into this moment. You think about it, Czech Republic played a good game, a lot of domination. Their first game, walk away 0-0. Never really threatened defensively, but couldn't get anything on the board. Second game, 3 own goals by New Zealand, gets them off to a fast start. They put 2 in after that. They walk away with 5-0. But he said, look, I want to see more consistency in that final third, and you saw that happening tonight, able to crack a very solid Iceland team who doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion, for where they're at.
Hatch for Purse. Somehow manages to control it. Now Williams. Williams' effort to the far bar, well placed, but not enough on it to beat Runarsdottir. It's the 11th time the U.S. has played here at Toyota Stadium. Julie, you remember the last time we were here?
I know, it's so crazy.
Crazy, right?
We haven't talked about that yet.
It was March 11th, 2020, the day before everything shut down. And the U.S. beat Japan 3-1 that night in this stadium to play the 2020 She Believes Cup.
Literally COVID and the world and sporting world shut down that next day. We barely got home.
Another triple substitution coming here for the United States. Looks like Jalen Howell would be the first to come in for Ashley Sanchez.
Ashley Sanchez.
Emily Sonnet and Becky Sauerbrunn preparing to enter the match as well. There's Jalen Howell, coming off a great career at Florida State, just drafted by Racing Louisville of the NWSL. Andy Sullivan leaves the match here in the 86th minute.
Entering the match for the U.S.
We talked about Anasi, Natasha Anasi with Iceland having a full circle moment. You'll also remember, Sebastian, this last match here was the day after U.S. Soccer had filed that brief where they argued the women were inherently inferior to the men, strength-wise, skill-wise, and the U.S. players taking their warm-up jerseys and turning them inside out. And to contrast that with the equal pay settlement that just happened yesterday and the timing of those two.
You remember the end of that game? I had to read a statement from then President Carlos Cordero. After, I have to say, I'd invited him to come on and do an actual interview. He declined. And a few days later, he was no longer president, having resigned from his post at the top of the U.S. Soccer Federation. As we mentioned, there is an election coming up on March 5th. The two candidates for the presidency, Cindy Parlow-Cohn, who you heard from earlier today, and the aforementioned Carlos Cordero. Hatch. On it again. NWSL Golden Boot winner with the Washington Spirit. Purse trying to round the corner, well defended. Another go for Purse. Purse across, and into the net. It's Christy Mewis with a fifth for the Americans.
Another area they can check the box in terms of finding seams. Midge Purse rounding that corner, couldn't quite get there the first time, faces up, and then once she's able to get around, takes a look, and it's Mewis in that seam, and that is the evolution that they've wanted to see. Tight in the six, tight in that box. Mewis stabbing at it with that left foot, just needing to block it.
We finished up some housekeeping there on those substitutions. It was Becky Sauerbrunn that ended up coming up on for Alana Cook. Emily Sonnet that ended the match for Andy Sullivan. That's the fifth international goal for Mewis.
Yellow card issued to Iceland, number 8, Carolina Wilhelmsdottir.
Fox racing forward from her left back spot. So we hit the 90th minute here in Frisco. Sonnet called for the foul after she loses possession. Sonnet, another member of the NWSL champion Washington Spirit on this national team. Versatile defender. Wilhelmsdottir to the back post. Flies past everybody as the Americans dodge a bullet.
The fourth official on the sideline has indicated a minimum of 1 minute of additional time to the second half.
The 1 minute of added time, and we're almost through it. U.S. seconds away from a fifth She Believes Cup title. Last chance here for Iceland to put one on the board. Quickly for Jonsdottir. Well recovered from Lynn Williams.
Again, so important for the DNA of this U.S. team to keep that clean sheet even at 5-0, especially for the whole tournament.
And there it is, a clean sheet on the day and a championship for the tournament. The U.S. Women's National Team 2022 She Believes Cup champions as they rout Iceland in the finale by a final score of 5-0. Dominant performance.